Good evening, everyone, and welcome to IC Market Analysis. Today, we'll talk about some SPY and the Q levels, have some market recap for last week, what happened, and go over some charts. All right. You guys can hear me okay? You can chat on the right side. All right. Let's go ahead and start that we are going to have a big week coming up. We have a lot of ERs. We have Google is going to start, Google, Microsoft. We're going to have UPS on Monday. Sorry, on 4/26 on Tuesday. And then we have Facebook, Qualcomm, Boeing on 27th, followed by ending the week. We have Apple, Amazon, Twitter, Cat, and Roku. So we have a very big ER week. I highly suggest if you guys are playing, I would play daily or just scalps and keep your contract size to the lowest, because this market will flip and will be volatile for sure. So let's go ahead and recap real quick. Last week on Thursday, we talked about these few levels. If you guys remember, we talked about on SPY that is, 436 needs to hold. If you guys remember, we broke that, and we broke that with vengeance. It did not even hold on to this next support level we had. It just sliced through every support level you could imagine on this one. And we are in the middle of nowhere right here. Looking at the future, so far looks like that we are going to gap below. I do have a small support here at 24 area, 2450 area, but not much if you can look at it. So when these things happen, you want to look at a little bit more, on a longer time frame as well. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it to weekly, and let's see what we have here. So we do have a small support at 27, but we already closed below that, and most likely going to gap down. As I said, looking at the futures, there is no support, honestly, over here. There are very small supports, barely anything. If you look at it right here where my cursor is right now, it's at 424, 425 area. And right after that, we have a small one at 422.60 area. But that's about it. After that, it's a straight flush down to your March lows at 410. So if we don't find any support and the ERs are bad, so far all the ERs have been sell the news. So I don't expect anything exciting either from any of these ERs, because we are still, pretty extended, especially Apple is. So tomorrow, the game plan for SPY is I'm going to see where we open, but if it opens below 425, I'm going to go ahead and short it 2 weeks out, 420 puts, and keep my stop loss right above 426. So that is going to be the game plan for SPY. Below 25, 425, 420 puts, 2 weeks out, and stop above 426. Let's look at the tech world. This is going to be a major, major player this week as we have so many techs, giving the ERs. So I do have a small support here on this one at 324.40 area, but honestly, again, not expecting a whole lot of on this one to hold either, because this one is going to straight away slice it down to 317 area. Again, that is your March lows. The only hope is here going to be like close to triple bottom and bounce from there. But if not, this is done. Qs are done if it falls below that. Also on weekly, I was looking at it on the tech world is your 100 SMA. So if you look at it, if you guys haven't watched my previous videos, this brown line right here is your 100 SMA. So when you're looking at the longer time frame, you have to look at the SMAs, not the EMAs. SMAs are more accurate, and that's what the hedge funds follow that. So we need to keep an eye on those. So if you look at it right here, previously in February and March, we had bounced, and even in later in March, we fell below that, but we eventually closed above this 100 SMA. So that was a fake out and we closed above. But on Friday, last Friday, we closed below 100 SMA, and that's not a good story right there. So we have to be really, really careful. That is going to be your major resistance right now. And your 100 SMA is at 328.27 area as of Friday. So, mark your alerts right here. I'm going to, again, show you how to do that. I'm going to do it, right click on it, add alert, 100 SMA on weekly, crossing up, and I'm going to create. So it's going to notify me as soon as it gets above that. If it gets above that in a day or two, I would call that a short-term bottom. But if it does not hold, we are, as I said, most likely headed towards this 317 area. That is your pretty major support area. We break that, we are headed to 300s easily. So close your eyes, and 2 weeks out, just buy 300 puts with a stop above 317.50, because that would be your resistance after it breaks this. So let's hope that we turn green by tomorrow morning and hold on to these levels. But looking at the volume, honestly, it does not look good. If you open below 324, go ahead and buy the puts. For the weekly, you can buy 320 puts. And most likely, before all the ERs, give out, I think this will see 320 before ERs come out on Tuesday. I'm going to switch it to Amazon. Again, these have the ERs, but I do like to look at the levels where they are standing. I do have a major support on Amazon here at 28.80. On Thursday, we did talk about it. If you guys remember, that 29.50 loses, you guys better short it. And look what it did. It gave up everything right here. So right here, we do have a small support at 28.80 area. Tomorrow, if this does not hold, this will see 28.30 pre-ER, and most likely even 2800 if that does not hold. But if tomorrow, by any chance, if you see that 28.80 area is holding, you can scalp, because even like a $5 to $10 move on Amazon can pay you about $300, $400, or $500 per contract easily. So 28.80 is your golden zone tomorrow for Amazon. Tesla, I was pleasantly surprised on Friday that it did not give up compared to other stocks. So this one was holding on to this 995 support I had drawn previously. There's your short-term support. It's not pretty huge. But tomorrow, what are we watching on Tesla? So on Tesla, I'll be watching 115 area, 1015 area, sorry, not 115, 1015 area. If we can get above that and hold on to that, again, when I say 1015, you got to wait for 5 minutes to see if that holds on to that level. Okay. So you got to look at the 5-minute candle after it crosses 1015. You got to wait for 5 minutes to see if that level is holding. Okay. And after that, you can enter weekly 1050s or 1030, depending on your portfolio, you know, how you can afford it. You can scalp Tesla. The next levels I'm watching on Tesla, if it gets above 1015 and holds, is 1035. There is a resistance here. It could not get above this previously at 1035, but right after that, you know, you don't have too much room, but it's only at 1040 area. So, and if it gets above that, you will see about 1062, given the market conditions, they cooperate. But below 995, you can go ahead and short it very confidently. Below 995, you can short it all the way down to this 970 level, because there is barely any support area around here. If you short below 995, you can keep your stop above 1000, so you don't lose much, but you have a lot to gain right here. So I have my alert set right here. Again, you right click on it, add alert. I have already set it, crossing down, and it will alert me. If it alerts me, I'm gonna get into 950 puts weekly and let it play out. I'll keep my stop above 1000. The next one I am looking at, again, you know, it's a Google, but I'm not going to play too much on this one. It already broke the major support area at 2500, and even at 2450 area, I had a small decent support here, which it broke below that. Google looks very, very bad right here. So, you know, guys, this was your major support area. So any bounce close to 20, anywhere close to 2450 to 2500, Google is a short. But of course, they're not going to do too much about it, because we have the ER coming on 26th, which is on Tuesday. So I'm going to scratch this one, but just going to definitely watch this one. There is a nice consolidation phase right here. If it comes back here, you know, in the ER, I will pick up some shares depending where they open after ER. But this would be my zone to pick up some shares if they come here, because they are splitting in July. So this would be a gift around 2200 area. Anywhere between 2200 to 2450, I would pick up Google shares. The other one I'm watching is United Airlines. Given what we got on Friday, the way markets sold off, this one held on to this 51 support area. I can't remember who had asked me on Thursday, but somebody had asked me to look at this one. And, you know, we talked about 51 level holding, and it did hold on to that. We'll see if it can hold on to it tomorrow. If it holds, this will be a nice long all the way up to 56 area. There'll be a small stop at 53 zone, but above that, it can easily touch 56 if market turns around. But below 50, you can set your alerts. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to do it right in front of you guys. So if it breaks this 50-20 area, which was your previous short after they announced the ER, if that breaks, so right click, crossing down, short. So what is going to happen here if this area breaks on United Airlines 50-20 area? This is going to come all the way back down to fill this gap which it had from ER. So you'll get a nice play out of this, and United Airlines contracts do move quickly when they fall. So you'll have a nice ride down to 4680 area right here. So do set a alert on this one, but above 51, I'm bullish on United Airlines. The other one I am watching for this week is Docu. So DocU on Friday broke below my support level at 87.30, and it also closed below that. I did not enter any position on this one because it was Friday and I would like to wait till Monday to enter my swings. So that's why I did not enter. But tomorrow, if it opens below 87.30 area, this one is going to be a nice short all the way down to 80. And they are buying May puts on these. Those are May $80 puts. So you can set your alerts at below 86, you can buy 80 puts, and above 87.30, you can stay long and you'll have a nice push up to around 92 area. So the reason I keep my watch list very small for the week is because, I can focus on these and just play those. So try to keep your list really small. The other one I really like is Home Depot. Home Depot 299 level is your magic number on Home Depot. They are buying 320 calls for May. But tomorrow I would like to see this one hold 299. If it does not hold 299, I will go ahead and short it all the way down to 293.50 and 290. So these are the two levels I'll be watching on Home Depot. If it holds 299 tomorrow at open, I'll watch for 10-15 minutes. If it holds, I will buy these May calls with a stop right under 299. So you can play this one both ways and it will pay nicely. If it breaks 299, you switch it to puts. Easy. And just write it down. So both ways, you're keeping your risk management really, really tight. And the last one I'm watching is Target. These are a few, their ER is in May, so they'll have a nice room to play. So I'm definitely watching this one. So on Target, this purple line is your 200 SMA. As I said, they love SMAs on the longer time frame, and this one had a hard time breaking through it previously, and that was your major resistance, which has now turned into your support. So I will be definitely watching Target on any dips close to 236 to 238 area would be my golden zone to buy Target a month or two out, at least a month out calls with a stop below the 200 SMA, which is at 236.26 as of Friday. If it breaks, I will close my position and short it to all the way down to 230. But if it's going to hold on to it, I think this one moves really nicely. It will come back down here, retest it, and it moves back up to 240s and above. So definitely keeping an eye on it. I have my alert set on this one around 238.20, so it will notify me if it comes back down there. And Apple, I'm just watching because they have an ER coming up, but I'm pretty sure this one is going to come back and retest this 200 SMA around 159 pre-ER. So definitely just keeping an eye on it because, overall market does depend on Apple as it is highly rated on SPY and the Qs. So these are the few I am watching this week. Just a quick recap. I'm watching Target, Home Depot, DocuSign, United Airlines are the ones I'm watching very closely because their ERs are far out. United Airlines ER is done, so they are more tradable. The IV is less, so you're not paying high premium on them. So that is something to consider as well when you are trading options. I'll also be focusing on Tesla. The two levels we talked about, the 1015 and 995 area. Either way, we'll be watching to play Tesla. So these are the 5 to 6 watch list I have. Do you guys have any requests? RCL. All right, let's look at RCL. Oh, okay. RCL, let's see. RCL broke below the 9 EMA, which it was holding earlier, but it broke below that on Friday. My guess is this one is going to come back and retest the 200 SMA, which is at 80.34, Paul. So I would keep an eye on that number. If it breaks below that, I would go ahead and short it. But if it comes here, I would try some long. Their ER is coming up to, it's on 5th of May. So I'll be a little cautious, but given summer, they might do well. I am not following the cruise lines, so, but it's summer, they might do well. The sell volume wasn't a lot, honestly, on this one. But if it gets above 82.70 again, I would go long on this one. MO. MO is riding this 9 EMA for quite a long time now. So this is your buy zone on, oh. So as long as this 9 EMA holds, you can stay long. But if it breaks below that, I would go ahead and short it all the way down to 70 area. INTU. I like this one too, but it is on a selling spree right now. This one gave up quite a bit, yeah, on Friday. So this one has a golden. I'm gonna switch it to a weekly on this one. All right, there you go. Weekly is giving us a different picture right here. So weekly, if you look at it, it's holding on to this 100 SMA, and previously it has bounced on it. So tomorrow I would definitely be keep it closed right here. If it goes below that on INTU, I am looking at 424 area. If it breaks below this tomorrow. So it won't be a bad short if you want to get into it if it breaks below 443 tomorrow. And I would keep my stop right above that. So I'm going to keep an alert as well because I like this chart. So thank you for bringing it to my attention. Because that's a 20-buck move and it will pay you nicely. I know their contracts are a little bit more wide, but we're definitely keeping an eye on this one. So this is what the weekly tells us on this one. But 424 area would be a nice zone to pick this up for a longer time. And it tends to run May, June from previously what I've looked at it before. So right here, it has, there you go, May, June, it has a nice run every May, June. I think I had looked at it right here again, May, June, it picks it up. So not a bad zone if it goes to 420s in next couple of days, or if it holds on to 443 tomorrow. TTD. Let's look at TTD. TTD already broke below this. I think TTD has more downside than upside, given all the other stocks have done. This one will retest 58 tomorrow. I won't be surprised because that's your 50% retrace, and below that, it will be 53.90 area. I think that will come pre-ER, given how Facebook and everybody does, because I think Trade Desk is related to marketing, if I'm not wrong. So if Google and everybody says their ad revenues and everything are bad, I think TTD might see more downside all the way down here to double bottom this one. But overall, it is rejecting 9 EMA, so any bounce close to this is a sell. Starbucks. Starbucks, I do like it long term, but it's not happy right now. Starbucks is at, it already broke the support here I had at 78 area, 78.50 area. So let's look at the longer time frame on this one. Longer time frame, it is well below all the SMAs, which is not good. But the thing is that it is coming to a decent consolidation area right here. Previously, it has consolidated previously at this level. So as long as 77 to 79 area holds on this one, I would try long cautiously. But definitely if it comes back to low 70s, I would go full position and just wait it out. Zen and INTC. Let's look at Zen. Zen, I actually like it, and they had a decent flow come in for October 130s, if I'm not wrong. I think it was 130 calls, and I really like that one because I think this one had a bid not too long ago. There you go, there it is. On 18th of April, they had news, a takeover bid news. So I think this one, as long as this 50 SMA holds on daily, it's still good. And the 50 SMA on Zen is around 119. As long as 119 holds, I am bullish on this one. Break below that one, you will see 115.50 and then all the way down to 110 area. And they have a ER coming up as well. Again, guys, just a reminder, there are lots of ERs. Please play cautiously. Don't overtrade and don't go too heavy on your positions. Let's look at INTC. INTC, just like all the other semis, are taking a hit here. INTC already broke the 50% fib right here. It's not looking good. There's a small area, a small bounce area around 46, but it does not look that it might hold. They have an ER coming up on 28th of April. So this week, we'll see what it does. If anything, I would pick this up in 44s if it comes back down here, because that is your bounce zone plenty of times. Let's look at it at a higher time frame. There you go. Yeah, 44 area is a nice, look at this. It has never given up this area, no matter what. So this is your golden zone on this one. So as long as 44 holds on INTC, I would stay long on this one. But break below 44, I would short it, because this is headed all the way down to low 40s and then 30s. Uber, I love it for long term. I think last year was the first time they announced they were in profits. So I'm kind of excited to see what their ER is going to be this time. If they post profit, this will be a nice thing to hold a leap onto. It's on 4th of May. So let's look at weekly on this one. Weekly does not look exciting. It is breaking below the support. It is rejecting this 9 EMA on this one too. I won't be surprised to see this one in the higher 20s pre-ER. So unless and until it does not regain above 32, I would stay short, or even 50 SMA, which is around 33.40 area. So watch this one to break 50 SMA, which I doubt it does pre-ER, but definitely worth keeping an eye on it, because I think this will run. Even if they say remotely that if they had a positive earnings, this will fly. Like last year, they did really good. But eventually this one does look a good pickup at 28s. What is the next one? All right, that's it. All right, guys, that's all we have for tonight. We'll see what we get. Stay careful on this one. DCA, on Uber, I would do it around 28 area, Paul, not right here. Unless it comes back and regains 31, I would not touch it. But 28 area for sure. For long term, Uber, not a bad place to DCA. Yeah, you can buy shares on that one. That's good. 28 area, anywhere 28.50 to 29, anywhere between that. if you get a chance, you can dollar cost average on that one. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. I wish you all the best for this week. Stay safe out there. I know it's crazy, but keep it cool, play small, have fun, and don't stress.